What's going on, everybody? Back out here in the shop. Uh, been doing a little progress. Hope y'all had a good Memorial weekend. Uh, Definitely a time to thank those who have served and who give it all uh, in the end, just for this great place that we call home. Uh, it's unfortunate sometimes that we have to do those things, but it just goes to show you that freedom isn't free. But been out here in the shop working on the white truck again. Uh, got the blazer done. I know I said something about it. He come and took off with it before I could kind of shoot around with it. It turned out pretty sweet. It was all right. It wasn't low, but it was low enough to know a difference, and it still drove like a normal truck. Kind of what you want in the end. You want to ride nice, but not have that just that uncomfortable slam. But been out here working on the white truck. As you can see, frame's a different color. Um, that rust reformer from Rust-Oleum, guys, is pretty good stuff. Unfortunately, I've run out. Walmart is the only place in town that has that, and they are still out. I guess I bought the last of it, and they still haven't replenished it. But man, I'm telling you, it just for that being like a primer, that lays pretty nice. I got a couple runs in a couple places, but that was on me. That wasn't the paint. So um, definitely pretty happy with the way that turned out, especially for a rattle can job. And like I said, this thing's going to be driven. It's not going to be a street queen. I'm really hoping one day I can get like a good camera so I can record the process instead of being like, hey, this is what I got done today. So guys, it turned out pretty good. I'm really glad I come across Cheeky's Garage. You can get on YouTube, check him out. Like I said, he's got a pretty sweet little S10 build going on. He's the one that kind of showed me this stuff, and it is legit. Especially like I said, if you're gonna drive this truck, drive your truck, whatever, it looks pretty easy to touch up if you have problems or whatever. I don't think you will. But this is just gonna be the base coat. Got to let it set for 24 hours. I sprayed it last night at about midnight, and I was just doing some touch-ups in here. That's why it looks a little foggy and hazy in here. Had to go get me a mask because I was spraying it last night and got a little lightheaded. But it lays really, really, really nice. Can't really complain with that. Not for, I think it's like $6 and some change for a can. This is just the base coat. This is not. I'm actually gonna do a satin black finish. Be pretty close to the arms, I think. Like I said, I just trying to give it something other than bare nasty metal and rust. I think at anything at this point, what we do to trucks in any way, form, or fashion prolongs their life a little bit. Nothing's forever. We know that. But I really think that if you do anything to them, you're preserving them just a little bit longer. For long 88 to 98s are going to be like coupes, old 30s model coupes and things like that. Just because they don't make them anymore, obviously. But it's going to be long. It's going to be their turn to be the classic, I guess. So anything we do now to preserve them, I think it'll help them. It'll outlast my lifetime, and that's the main thing. You know, my kids might have to do something with them if they even like fooling with this stuff. I'm gonna have to get the springs apart, wire wheel them pretty good, and get them flipped back right. I don't know if you remember one of the previous videos I showed where we took the overload out and then we flipped the bottom string. I think they call them like 3 1s and 4 1 springs. So the 1 spring is your overload, and then more or less what you do is you take your tie bolt loose, chuck your overload, and then flip your bottom spring or your bottom 2 springs, depending on what leaf pack you have. Put it on top, and you can reuse your tie bolt. You're not out any money. That is just the way we've done it for years. This truck was done like that for over 17 years. It was done like that. Truck rode fine. It didn't break a spring. It didn't. Cause I know somebody's out there gonna freak out and be like, "Oh, you're monoleafing a factory spring." It's rode. The truck rode fine. Like I said, I just wanted to go the extra mile, take it down low, and really lay it out. But I gotta let this stuff set for 24 hours, and then hopefully I got ball games and stuff tomorrow. Hopefully I can get a coat of satin on it. I'll flip you guys around here in a minute and show you what I was actually using. And this is also give or take that my daughter doesn't decide to hatch. We had a little bit of a I'm not gonna say mishap, but we had a bit of a scare over Memorial Day weekend and ended up getting us 3 days in the ER. Or not in the ER, but labor and delivery. But everything's okay. Praise the Lord. Stood on his word, and he delivered like always. But given that she doesn't hatch and work and family stuff, we're gonna get this thing painted and start assembling before long. Let me flip you around here.